3 psychological tricks to make narcissistic people respect you immediately. Let's do it. Hey friends, welcome to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Tamie M. Joyce. I'm an empowerment life coach helping you heal, recover, and reinvent yourself after narcissistic abuse. Please take a second to say hello and introduce yourself in the comments section below. And don't forget to subscribe and hit that bell so you never miss a new video. So let's talk about 3 psychological tricks to make a narcissist respect you immediately. Now, admittedly, narcissistic people aren't respectful by nature. We know this, right? And for sure, some will argue that attempting to command a narcissist's respect is a colossal exercise in futility. And although in many cases that may very well be true, the reality is there are some very specific things you can do to increase your respect factor and therefore impact the way the narcissist perceives you. It all boils down to you, who you are, and how you carry yourself, the energy or frequency you carry. And that brings me to number 1. Carry yourself with confidence. Like I said, this is about the energy you carry, your overall posture, how you show up in the world. You want to be self-assured, confident, a little aloof even. Don't kid yourself. Your body language and how you carry yourself plays a big role in how others perceive you. And with narcissists, it can mean the difference between being seen as an easy mark, vulnerable prey, or actually being treated with some modicum of respect. If you want to be respected, you need to learn how to project confidence in the way that you hold and carry yourself, and you want to do so naturally without coming off as cocky, aggressive, or unnecessarily confrontational. This means standing up straight, making eye contact, and speaking clearly, confidently, and decisively. It also means being aware of your nonverbal cues and making sure they're sending the right message. For example, if you have a habit of biting your nails or shaking your leg nervously, or you're constantly fidgeting and playing with your hair, you're going to be seen as nervous and insecure, which will make you a target for narcissistic bullies. So the best piece of advice I can give you is to work on your internal confidence so you can naturally exude authentic self-confidence externally and command more respect. In addition, and in particular when dealing with narcissistic people, you'll want to be sure to maintain eye contact. Maintaining eye contact, especially with a posture of confidence, tells the narcissist you're not going to be easily intimidated or bullied. Again, you're not easy prey. Now, you don't want to antagonize the narcissist, or anyone else for that matter, with a cold psychopathic stare. So, naturally, don't forget to blink and break contact briefly, looking down or to the side on occasion, in particular if you're in a situation where you want to de-escalate any kind of tension or conflict. But do not be afraid to maintain eye contact if respect is what you're after, and be sure to hold firm if you want them to know that you're not intimidated. But again, if you want to de-escalate any kind of tension or conflict without communicating that you're afraid or uncomfortable, then try this. Maintain eye contact for a count of 3 to 5, and then just break to the side for a split second, a fraction of a second, and then re-engage. This lets the narcissist know you're confident, you're self-assured, and you aren't going to be intimidated or easily bullied and pushed around without actually provoking them unnecessarily. Number 2, listen more than you speak. Especially with narcissists, the less said, the better, for all kinds of reasons, not least of which, you naturally command more respect when you sit back, calmly, confidently, detached, and observe and pay attention to the room. You also learn a lot more about the dynamics, and you'll pick up on your intuitive hits much more easily. You'll be far less likely to ignore red flags when you do this too. Furthermore, one of the best ways to show respect for others, even when you don't think they deserve it, is to listen to what they have to say instead of always having to be the one who's heard or has the last word. The more respectful we are toward them, even when we don't think they deserve it, the more respect-worthy we are. Now that means giving them your full attention and not interrupting them when they're speaking. The ability to listen, really genuinely, sincerely listen, is considered the most important quality of an effective leader. So, if you want to be respected by anyone, make sure you're taking the time to really listen to what others have to say. It doesn't mean you believe every word or you allow yourself to be held hostage to a conversational narcissist. What it means is you've cultivated the habit of listening way more than you speak, and you excuse yourself from the conversation when it's time to do so. Number 3, stay independent. Have your own mind and do your own thing. When it comes to relationships with narcissists, you're not striving for healthy interdependence. You can't achieve that with these people. So, heal your own codependency issues and become progressively more and more independent. The goal is to meet them for nothing. Most certainly not for validation or approval, nor anything else for that matter. So, you want to stay independent, emotionally, psychologically, practically, as well as financially. And if you're not there yet, know that you can get there. And it's time now to start moving in that direction. Another good way to stay independent is to keep your distance in so much as you're able. Nothing communicates that you need them for nothing more clearly than your complete and total absence. And this will serve you because it will also lessen the likelihood that they'll know you're onto them, which, believe me, if you can keep it that way, you'll be much better off. Now, the bottom line is, when it comes to commanding anyone's respect, even those who hold you in contempt and disdain, you must respect yourself first. This is key. Why? Because our outside is always a reflection of our inside. So if we don't respect ourselves, we shouldn't be surprised when others don't respect us. Furthermore, when we do respect ourselves, we send a very clear message with regard to what we're available for, what we are and are not willing to put up with. So how do we go about respecting ourselves? Well, a good place to start is to start taking better care of yourself, exercising extreme self-care, and giving yourself the gift of healing from your unresolved issues. Another key component, in particular for those who still have codependency issues to address, is to stop being so nice all the time. Now, I don't mean to go out and be mean for no reason. What I mean is stop giving to your own detriment. Stop being a people pleaser. People pleasers are easy prey for narcissists. Always being nice, always being agreeable, helpful, and eager to please, hopeful for their approval and validation, only makes you seem weak, insecure, and uncertain. So instead, stop going out of your way to put other people's needs above your own at every opportunity. It's okay to be assertive and stand up for yourself when necessary. Furthermore, it's okay to say no. Although they may not like it, especially in the moment when they're not getting their own way, eventually they'll have no choice but to respect you for it. Why? Because you respect yourself. Remember, there's a difference between being kind, decent, respectful, and boundaried, and being a people-pleasing doormat. One is a healthy, functional, and productive way to go through life. The other is a good way to set yourself up to be exploited, taken advantage of, trampled on, and walked all over. In other words, hurt and victimized. So, respect yourself first if you want anyone else to respect you. Now, comment below and let me know whether or not this is resonating with you. Let me know in the comments section below. Also, if you'd like to learn more about the possibility of working with me in one of my coaching programs, there's a link in the description below where you can apply to see if you qualify for a free one-on-one consultation with either myself or a member of my team. Something else that's very helpful when it comes to commanding others' respect is learning how to set clear boundaries. Now, setting clear boundaries is vital, but there's more to it, in particular when dealing with narcissistic people. Along with clearly communicating your boundaries, those boundaries have to come with very clear consequences if your boundaries are breached or ignored. And you have to actually follow through with the consequences if and when your boundaries are crossed. For example, that could sound like this. If you continue to yell at me, I will end the conversation by hanging up. Then, the next time they yell, you hang up. Crystal clear communication, no? Here's the thing. Narcissists respond to consequences. So, be sure you're not just making idle threats, but you actually back yourself by backing up what you say and following through. Setting crystal clear boundaries with confidence shows people that you actually respect yourself and that you're nobody's pushover. It's essential if you ever want to be respected by anyone, but especially by narcissistic people who wouldn't know a boundary if it bopped them on the head. So it's up to you to teach them what your limits are and what you are and are not available for. You have to be clear about what you will and will not tolerate. If someone crosses your boundaries, speak up and let them know. If you're an adult and you still don't know how to do this, it's time to learn. This is a fundamental life skill you must possess if you ever want to be able to live a happy, healthy, peaceful, and productive life. In addition, part of being a healthy, boundaried adult means you do not over-apologize. Look, we all make mistakes and drop the ball sometimes, and it's important to apologize when you've actually done something wrong. But once is enough, though. You don't have to repeat yourself over and over. That's begging, groveling, and absolutely not respect-worthy behavior. Over-apologizing will only make you seem weak, needy, insecure, and fearful. In other words, an appealing target who's easy to manipulate, dominate, and exploit. Apologize when necessary. Apologize when you mean it. Back it up with amended behavior, but once is enough. If you want to be respected, you have to learn how to keep your emotions in check. This means not flying off the handle at the slightest provocation. It means not overreacting or getting defensive when someone criticizes you. It means staying calm and level-headed even in the most difficult situations. If you can do that, people will start respecting you for your ability to keep a cool head under pressure. Now, I'm not saying this is easy or that you're always going to get this one right, but in so much as you are able, you want to strive to remain calm, cool, and collected, even when it's hard. Remaining calm, cool, and collected when being provoked, baited, insulted, criticized, or otherwise targeted and attacked. Remaining chill where others wouldn't. What's more, respecting yourself enough to turn on your heel and leave the dynamic. This is what self-respect is all about. And if you can't leave immediately, then purposely wait 2 to 3 seconds before responding. Literally count 3, 2, 1 in your head while you breathe. This helps you look and feel poised and gives you time to respond calmly. The bottom line is, act respectfully. Now, this is not about subservience. This means respectful of both yourself as well as others and your environment. If you want to be respected by others, you have to show them respect first. And that means treating them with courtesy and politeness, again, even when they don't deserve it. It means listening to what they have to say and giving them the benefit of the doubt. It means not judging them or talking down to them. In short, it means treating them the way you want to be treated. If you can do that, they'll have no choice but to respect you in return. And with that, I'm going to call it a wrap. But before I go, how can Tamie M Coaching help you? 4 ways. Number 1, subscribe to my channel and click that notification bell to make sure you get my new video every Friday. Number 2, watch my free web class by clicking on the link in the description below. You'll learn about my personal journey and professional experience through decades of research specific to healing and recovery from codependency and narcissistic abuse. You'll also learn about some powerful strategies that you can begin to use today. Number 3, if you're not sure where to start, but you want to come and learn from my team and I, and you'd like to be supported by a stellar community of like-minded people who are focused on solutions that actually work, you can learn more about my 8-week transformational coaching program, the Freedom Class, by going to www.tamiemcoaching.com and clicking on programs and reviews for all the details. And number 4, if you want some help right now because you've got a burning issue, you need something solved, you want to break free from painful relationship patterns permanently and actually make lasting progress in your healing and recovery, go to tamiemcoaching.com and click on Apply Now to learn how you can become a client.